up, everybody, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a Detroit Lions offseason edition, and that is Chase Daniel. So let's get it started. Welcome in, everybody, to another video. Glad you guys are here. Now, today, we're talking about Chase Daniel, the quarterback the Detroit Lions signed this offseason. Now, I would say for the most part, this is probably the player the Lions brought in that the most people didn't like. I feel like most signings in general, Lions fans were pretty much okay with, maybe other than a big V addition. But aside from that, Chase Daniel definitely had some haters. Some people did not like the move to go with Chase Daniel, and there's a couple of reasons for that, right? Maybe some people didn't like it because of the contract. 3 years, 13.05. It's a weird contract. 3 years is a lot to give a 33-year-old backup quarterback. So some people didn't like it for that reason. Some people just don't like Chase Daniel. They don't think he's good. They don't like him for whatever reason, maybe because he's a Bear. I don't know. Some people just don't like him. And then I would say another reason is because they think it took away our opportunity to trade back in the draft because it gave us no threat to take a quarterback. So there's definitely reasons that people did not like this signing by the Detroit Lions. But in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the good and the bad that I took away from watching Chase Daniel's games. Now, I did also watch him versus the Vikings, but today we're just focusing on this Raiders game, and I think there's a lot of good things here. I mean, you see good, I'll show you some bad. I want to show you guys the bad as well. Okay, I really want to illustrate the bad. That way, at the end of the video, when you're done watching this, you can go in the comments and say, hey, I like him because of this, I don't like him, whatever it may be. And yeah, we'll just take a look at it, man. Let's see if this was a good signing for the Detroit Lions. So for now, let's just put the contract aside, and let's just talk about Chase Daniel as a player. So he is a 6', 229-pound quarterback that is 33 years old out of Missouri, and he's had a pretty high completion percentage with the Chicago Bears. He's been a lifelong backup, but he's had a lot of experience because he's been in the league for so long. So yeah, man, I think, hey, let's just hop right into it. We got a veteran backup that we didn't have last year, and I think after last year's scare of losing Stafford, they just want to have someone that they can rely upon. And I think he's shown a lot of flashes of it, but he also shows some mistakes, right? There's definitely bad reason he's not a starter. So let's get into it, man. This first pass you're going to see is a really nice pass here. Okay, this is something that you see flashes of. And when you see this, you're like, hold up, this guy could be a starter, because you'll see this multiple times. You'll see passes like this, and I'm like, that's a dot. I'm like, that's a dot. This one's maybe not the dottiest of dots, but it's solid. All right, so nice pocket presence. I mean, that's a good throw. That's a good throw. Fitting it between two levels of the defensive safety and the defensive back. That's a good throw. That's a good throw. We're going to see a lot from Chase Daniels, a lot of pre-snap movements, a lot of pre-snap audibles, motions, whatever it may be. Early in this game, which is interesting to me, is when I was watching him versus Raiders, at least, he really started off slow. The pressure was getting to him. They were blitzing the heck. I don't know who fixed this, if it was the offense coordinator, a group in general, just like talking about, trying to figure it out, or if it was Chase Daniel finally recognizing it. But early in the game, he struggled with a lot of that pressure the Raiders were giving. Maybe the offensive line stepped it up. I don't know. But they were struggling with the pressure, and once they started to kind of pick that up, Chase Daniel looked a lot better. Early in the game, I was like, oh no. That was my initial reaction. I'm like, oh snap, Chase Daniel is going to be the backup. I mean, not Chase Daniel, David Blau is going to be the backup, because I was worried about Chase Daniel early in the game. However, he started to turn it on. So, may not be the best start, but he'll definitely get it going, you will see. So, a lot of pre-snap movements. He does take a lot of shorter routes. I think that's just part of the scheme. That's also him, but also part of the scheme as well. We got to understand that. So, it takes a lot of short routes, a lot of dink and dunks. Takes what's there, right? Takes what the defense gives him. Not always going to force it. Here, you're going to see him get sacked. Some people would say he held on the ball too long. Personally, I don't know where he's going to throw this football. I mean, maybe here. I mean, he's looking for the deep route, but he's hit as he, so maybe. I don't know. That one's kind of tough. Hey, quarterbacks are going to get sacked. Sometimes it's on the quarterback, sometimes it's on the offensive line, sometimes it's a little bit of both, sometimes it's on the receivers. It could be a mix of a lot of different things. But I would say early in the game, he struggled a little bit with that pressure, man. He struggled with that pressure, and right there you see an interception. And right there, right then and there, this early in the game, I was like, oh, hold up. I was like, hold up, Lions, what did you do? Why would you sign this guy, bro? Because the pressure's getting there. He looks uncomfortable, and he's making bad decisions, right? The pressure's in his face, doesn't move at all, doesn't use any of that mobility, and he just throws it into traffic. And I'm like, oh, no, Lions, what are you doing, man? But all of a sudden, then Chase Daniel said, hey, I'm Chase Daniel. I don't know what that means, but he started to get it rocking, man. He started to figure it out. You're going to see a big blitz from the Raiders, and he sacked again. That time they got him again, man. They brought a nice blitz. Third down, so they got to stop. Makes sense. So, yeah, tough start. I mean, the pressure was getting to him, but he started to be great. So Chase Daniel started to figure things out. Again, dink and dunks. Okay, he's had a high completion percentage with Chicago, 70.3% last year. I think it was like 69.7 the year before. Very high completion percentage, a lot of short routes, a 6.8 yards per attempt. But he does take shots, and when he takes shots, that's what I was interested in, because I know Darrell Bevel, he can mix in some dink and dunks like Stafford. I mean, he looks really similar, and I think that's what they're looking for when they signed him. Just a guy that can fit in the system well. Some guy with a little bit of mobility. All right, that's Chase Daniel. Doesn't have to be a running quarterback, just a little bit of mobility, and a guy that has the ability to take deep shots at an accurate accurate way. They want deep throw accuracy, and the other things I think they can work on and they can improve. And the deep throw accuracy is there. I was not ready for this, Chase. I was not ready for this. But so Dink and Ducks, man, he'll set up a deep route, a lot of pre-snap adjustments, a lot of decisions and movements. But hey, it helped them because they weren't getting as much pressure. He was able to get a lot of time in the pocket. Here you're going to see some of that mobility, right, rolling out right. Doesn't get a huge gain, but hey, the mobility's there because, let's be honest here. Stafford's not that fast. If this is Stafford, he may not get out there. He might. You know what? Let's not underestimate. He might get out there. But I just want to showcase that. You'll see that a couple more times. Mobility is definitely important. But like I said, high completion percentage. He's a game manager. He looks like a game manager out there. He looks like a coach on the field, man. And he's a veteran. He probably knows what to expect after he sees it a couple times. Probably can break down a defense, which is great. That's what you want to back up. Someone that can help teach David Blau and even maybe help Stafford a little bit as well because he's a very smart quarterback. He just may not be, the best. And I think you see so much good, and then all of a sudden you see, boom, bad decision. It's like, oh, Chase, you're so close. You just keep making a few bad decisions, and that's probably the reason he's not a starter to me when you watch him. You're going to see a lot of good. You already saw a bad decision, man. It's slow starts, bad decisions, but he's pretty good overall. So hey, you can see they picked up the block there. I don't know if that's because his adjustment's not. Nice little dump down. All right. Good. Stay in the pocket. Nice little dump down. I like that. So he starts to get things a little bit rolling. His mobility's nice. You're going to see some, a couple dump downs. Hey, he sends things up. That's just how the Bears do schematically, though. We know he's going to take some shots if he has to play for Bevel. We'll probably see in the preseason. Another short one there. Hey, I like this one, though. I really like this one, okay? So this one had a lot of pre-snap adjustments that I cut out, but made some movements, and he knew where he wanted to go. And some people think that's terrible to know where you want to go if you're a quarterback. To me, that's not terrible. Like, if he's not open and you still throw it, that's not good. But if you have an idea of where you want to go with football before you snap it, that's okay because that means he can read the defense. He can kind of see what's going to happen before it happens. And that's what veteran and smart quarterbacks do. We see Stafford do, we see Peyton Manning do, we see good quarterbacks do that. Now, if it's not there, don't throw it. But you can see he sees it's going to be there. It is there. And it's a nice little gain. It's a nice little gain. That's really all I needed there. So you're going to see some of those plays. I like that. You're going to see, okay, now this is an absolute dot. This is where I was like, okay, Chase. I see, because at first I'm a little worried. I'm like, how is this guy going to fit with Darrell Bevel's scheme, right? He's just dink and dunk and everything. That's good and all, but Darrell Bevel's going to want to take some shots just like he did with Stafford. Well, then I saw this and I was like, okay. So look, he seems to be getting more comfortable into the game. Takes a big shot down the field. Go up and get it one-on-one. That's great placement. Great ball placement. Only his guy could get it, right? Up, hey, go up and get it. We got Marvin Jones, Kenny Galladay, those guys for that, right? We have guys to go up and get it. And to me, I like quarterbacks that are going to say, hey, one-on-one, I'm taking the shot. That's what Marvin Hall said Stafford does. If it's one-on-one, I feel like I got an advantage. I'm going to give it up there. I'm going to give him a chance to make a play. Maybe he won't, but I'm not going to throw a pick. I'm just going to make it where only my wide receiver can get to the ball. So I love that, man. Take a chance, see what it can happen. And you see it pays off. It pays off in a big way. But he's accurate. Bro, he's really accurate. He doesn't have the arm strength where he zips it, but he has a beautiful touch, man. I'm just like so snap. Here you're going to see some mobility. So you can see the rollout. A design rollout, I love it. This is something that can be very beneficial for Darrell Bevel. You can see the pressure comes up, but look at this. Heck, that's a great throw. On the run, come on, man. Chase, you look like a starter, and then all of a sudden, boom, he makes a mistake, and I'm just like, Chase, why do you do that to yourself? Because he shows so many good flashes. So here you're gonna see again, takes a play action. Look at this. Come on, man. That's really, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for all this. A little pump fake, and then look at this dot. Go up and get it. The defenders, he's turned back trying to catch up to him, puts it up on the guy's hands, right? They got size out there. Allen Robinson, they got, Anthony Miller. They got some guys out there. So, I love it. Oh, my gosh. And then look at this dot. This is the dottest of dots. This is beautiful. I showed T this one. I was like, holy snap. All right, so this one's not too good. I guess I didn't edit this one very well. But he's throwing it out here to this corner route. He loves the corner routes. Love corner routes, deep passes. Super great touch. We've seen two good ones. Now look at this one. Can you tell me this isn't a dot? That is a dot. I think I'm going to give you another angle of this. This is a beautiful throw, bro. Fitting it between two defenders. It was a completion. Look at this throw. Look at this throw by Chase Dan. I'm watching. I'm like, bro, how is this dude not a starter? Because he makes just a few mistakes, but when he's not, when he's on, when he's locked in, this guy's really good, man. He just has the ability, right? He's got the ability. Look at this throw. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh, bro. Come on, man. That's beautiful, man. The other stuff you can teach, that's stuff to teach right there. Here's another one. Bop. I'm telling y'all, were you expecting to see this? I'm keeping in the bad too. But he's dotting. Were you expecting to see the dottiest of dots right? Look at this. He knows where he wants to go. Look at this. Oh my God. Yo, how? I was not ready for this. I'm not ready for this, Chase. Come on, man. They ain't ready for this. And then he starts to get back to, you know, the dump. Hey, look at this though. Pressure was hurting him earlier, right in his face, and he making bad decisions. Boom, pressure's in his face, right over the defender's hands. He looks good. He looks like a starter right now. He's locked in. He's locked in. But then all of a sudden makes one big mistake. So they're down here. They're trying to come back. They actually came back like really hard right when he was on fire. And I think they're down here trying to come back. And he takes one bad throw. And it's like, Chase, that's why you're not a starter, bro. Because he's playing so well. And all of a sudden, bang, he makes a dumb mistake. And you're going to see that here. So this is nice. This is a little bit of mobility, right? Able to get outside the pocket. Just throw it away. Just throw it away. Maybe he was trying to, I don't know. I'm just kind of throw it away there. But here you go. I kind of cut this one off a little bit. But again, the pressure's right up on him. This time again, I think the pressure's tough for him. Pressure's in his face. Terrible decision. The ball just sails. They might have been on different pages with the wide receiver. Bad decision, though. And that's going to end the game. So that's what you hate to see. That is what you hate to see. You know, when I wrote down bad, sometimes he makes short, medium passes look kind of tough, and he misses them, and it's like, oh, what are you doing? And then you guys can see that. I think he's a little bit slow starter. The clutch, hey, I don't know about the clutch gene, but you know, he's got a lot of potential. He shows a lot of flashes, but he just makes some bad decisions. I feel like when there's pressure in his face, you'll see him make some bad decisions, and most quarterbacks do, but I don't know, man. I just wish you would almost utilize the mobility a little bit more. Like, hey, you see that pressure face, just roll out. Don't just throw it up there, especially in a late game situation like this. Like, don't just throw it up there, man. Roll out, try to make something happen. He kind of just stood in the pocket. You know, I get it because you want to be in the pocket, but it didn't work too well. But what I like on the good side is I love his pre-snap, okay, always making adjustments, and takes a lot of one-on-one shots. I mean, he looks like he can fit Bevel's system. They're going to take even probably more shots. He's got the accuracy for deep passes, and that's what I love. It's just the other things. I think it's fixable things, right? Just don't make these dumb mistakes. I don't even know if that's fixable. I don't know if that's fixable, and I think that's why he's not a starter. I mean, he's not going to be perfect. There's a reason he's not a starter, but he shows a lot of flashes like he could be. I just don't know if he'll ever get there. But for a backup, personally, I mean, I'm watching this. I was a little shocked. I wasn't expecting him to be this accurate, you know, especially on the deep passes. So I like it. You know, I do like it. I think he'll have some competition. I'm not saying he's going to win the role right away. I think David Blau is going to compete because I like Blau. But comment below. Was this a good signing after what you saw? Thank you for watching, and I'm out.